And we're live. Hey guys, it's Rosemary. It is day 1 of our 5-day challenge, and I'm really excited because we did this last year and it was great. We had so many amazing people that joined. We had a lot of good response. So this is going to be really fun, and I'm just excited to see what you guys create. So that's the best part is like we get to see everyone's creativity come through. Everyone's really excited because either, number one, you might have never created a digital product in your whole life, or number two, you might have done this a whole lot before, but you're ready to either take it to the next level, try something new, do something different. So this challenge is good for a lot of different people. Hey, Esther, how are you? I'm glad that you're here. Ooh, Esther, I'm glad that you're here actually because you're a really good case study. So Esther is a singer, and so there's a lot of opportunity, Esther, I feel like, in the music industry or in the digital product industry where you could try something new that maybe has never done before or is a gap in the market. And I had just thought this morning of something for a musician to do as a digital product. So I'm thrilled that you're here. So excited. So for the rest of you guys that are either watching it live or, you're going to jump on, or if you are going to watch the replay later, today, you guys should have gotten your email in your inbox this morning. So let me know if you did not get that, and I will make sure that that is sent to you. So yes, Esther, being a case study is the best because, you're kind of unique, but there might be some people out there that have a very unique skill set like you. And so you can kind of serve a lot of people by just giving people some ideas. So if you did not get your email this morning, let me know. Inside your email, there should be a freebie. Now, the freebie I did not print out. Last time we had the challenge, I printed out on paper, but I don't actually use paper very much anymore. What I like to do is I download freebies and I either put them in my iBooks, so it's a PDF that you can reference a lot and you can use it just like a book. Pop it in your iBooks and you can access it from your phone. You can access it from your iPad if you have one. If you like printing out and keeping things on paper, great, do that too. But that's not how I use it. So if you see in your email, there's a button where you can download. It is a very long list of digital products. That's today's freebie. And it just gives you a ton of different ideas. And some will go over here. But let's start actually with Esther. So the thing that I thought about with Esther is because she's a musician, she has a unique skill set. And all of us, every single person that's joining this challenge and everyone else, have strengths in certain areas. We communicate and we storytell in different ways. Not everyone is a good writer. Not everyone is a good photographer. Not everyone's a good singer. Not everyone's good at video. Not everyone is good at talking on video face to face. Some people are better with graphics. They're good designers. Some people are really good at organization and putting in a structure together. Some people like to be really behind the scenes and create like websites, and you never really see them in real life, but they have a strength. And that is something that I recommend you start with, is how do you prefer to communicate? What are you good at? Do you love writing? Well, then there's plenty of opportunities for you to create digital products for people that maybe are terrible at writing and they need help. So what I would recommend, number one, is taking some time to self-reflect and understand, okay, what do I like doing and what am I good at and what am I like 2 steps ahead? Because I feel like that might be a really, it's a struggle for some people. It's a place that kind of halts them as they don't feel like maybe they're good enough. Like maybe I take photos, but I'm not necessarily a professional photographer, so I don't feel really good about putting photos online. Or maybe you love writing, but you're not a professional copywriter, so you don't quite feel like you're qualified maybe to create these digital products. I've seen this all over the place is people just don't feel like maybe they've been given the permission to do these things, to create these. But what you need to remember is that you can serve as a resource for someone who is maybe even just 2 steps behind you, right? Some people might be really far ahead in one aspect of their business, but they might need a lot of help in other places. So for me, my business does a lot of different things. I do create photos for people for their businesses. I do create websites. I do social media for people. But there's a lot of times when I found myself creating something for a client, like maybe it's doing social media management and scheduling out a bunch of Instagram photos. And I've looked at the photos that I've spent time creating and I have in my library, and they just haven't been a good fit for my client. That one specific client is a better fit for a different style of photography. So just because I'm a photographer, I still need resources from other people. I've gone on Creative Market. I've purchased photos from Creative Market. I've purchased photos from Jana of Twiggy Post, my business partner that's creating a course with me, or that has created courses with me. I've actually invested money for time. in exchange. So no matter what your skill set is, I guarantee you there is someone in the world that can be served by your skill, no matter what level you're at. Even if you're just starting out in photography and you just got a fancy camera and all you want to do is go out and in your town and see what's around. I live in a suburb of Phoenix. There's a lot of cactuses around. So maybe if I were to just get my camera today, never have taken a photo in my life, maybe I want to start off practicing. And my practice is going to be going out and maybe taking photos of cactus. Now, if you have a collection in your zip drive, your hard drive of like 1,000 cactus images, because that's what you did to practice, just because you're not an award-winning landscape photographer, just because you're not paid to take photos at weddings or whatever professionally by people, doesn't mean that someone couldn't be served by those cactus photos. I'd buy them. So you can pop them on an online shop. You can set them at whatever price point you think is going to be good for you to feel good. Maybe that's $2. Maybe that's $5. Maybe you want to bundle up your entire collection and sell it for $20, even though there's 100 images in there. You get to decide that, but you can actually make money. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. It could just pay for your Starbucks for the week. But it's something. It's something other than just sitting on your hard drive and doing nothing with, right? Yes, absolutely, Esther. I mean, I think everyone needs to hear this, right? Esther's a singer. Even if you just love singing, maybe you're not paid to sing. Maybe you've never sold an album before. Maybe you've never recorded professionally. But you really love, you have a microphone at home, and you love just singing into your microphone. Maybe it's just covers. Maybe you like being a DJ, and you like putting together songs. And even if it's only in GarageBand, and if it's only a couple of beats, but it's something unique, and it's something that solves a problem for someone, I can't tell you how many times I've downloaded either free music or paid a few dollars for music on a platform like SoundCloud because I needed a background to a video. My video is not some big movie in Hollywood, so I'm not paying thousands and thousands of dollars. My movie is just a Facebook video. But to me, it is worth that value. It is worth someone creating a library of music for me to then download and use online. So Esther, because you are kind of like my case study, I was thinking to myself, I was driving, we were listening to one of my favorite bands. I love the Postal Service. They are kind of random and have been around for a while. I listened to them a lot, like before I had kids. And my kids were listening to it. They're like, this is kind of cool. It sounds like a video game. It's kind of techno-y, it just makes these funny sounds. And I was like, I really wish that they made more music that I could license and then use on videos. And I was like, wait a minute. I know for a fact that the Postal Service was created by two people that lived on opposite coasts and they wanted to collaborate, and so they sent music to each other in the mail. And I was like, I bet if I found someone that had a skill set, and even like just GarageBand, even if something that's just really small, not a lot of tech, and liked doing that, like a new music, and knew from me saying, hey, I'm going to put together a video for a photographer, and she does weddings, and we need some background music for her wedding slide or show reel. We're going to showcase her business and we're going to put some of her brides in there. I need something romantic, but I need something upbeat because she's bubbly. Or it's a beach wedding and we need something with a little bit of ukulele in it or something. I bet if I were to collaborate with a musician, we could create an amazing digital product together. Now, I don't know a lot about music, especially not composing music at all, but I could take someone and say, I have a group of people that need music. These are the kind of things we need. This is the length we need. It needs to be short because these show reels are short. So can you create a library of 10 songs that could fit for each person's business? I think that would be a valid business. I think I should do that. But unfortunately, I don't have a ton of time, and that's one of the thousands of businesses that I want to create in my life. So, Esther, I think you should do that. I think you should get together, and you're a singer, so you can add vocals in the back. And even if you put it in a shop online, you could put it on Creative Market, you could put it on Etsy, you can put it on a million things, SoundCloud, whatever. There's a lot of different platforms to distribute this product. It's so good, right, Shauna? It's so smart. You could do this. You could take that skill set that you have, which is music, and you can deliver something for people that need it. I need it. I'm asking right now, someone create that for me because I need it. If you don't, then I'm going to have to find someone that can help me and business partner with me. But I feel like that is such a need, but it's something that probably no one thinks about, right? They don't think that that is something they could actually make money off. And I mean, 100%. I was just interviewed last week by Cinnamon Wolf on the Focus podcast, and I made it very clear, like passive income, which is what I create with my digital products. I create the thing one time, and I can sell it forever, a million times over. That's to me what passive income is. It is a very misleading term because passive income is not in fact passive. It just means you create the thing one time and then you can resell it. It takes effort. It takes work. It takes building a community of humans that are willing to buy things from you because they trust you enough. But they're not going to trust you enough until you put something out there in the world, right? So start looking at yourself and saying, what do I love? Like, what do I really love doing? And how can I give this to people in a way where it's worth something to them? It gives them enough value where they can exchange it for money. So Esther asks, Instagram length, right, Shauna? I mean, make something that's a minute long. I'm always having to cut and edit things. So if a musician like specifically was like, I'm creating Instagram show reel music and it's beats and it's nothing fancy, but it's upbeat, it's happy, and they're a minute long. I mean, hugest market for that, I think, Shauna, my opinion. Esther says she's been starting doing Spotify playlists, but you've been sharing them for free. So I think that's actually good. And that's something to go back to is you have to understand the value proposition that you're giving. So you figure out what you love, and I think you love curating music, and I think that's great. I love that too. And Spotify playlists, I think, is a very good jumping off point. How you monetize that specific thing might be tricky because Spotify owns like the rights to all of that. So maybe you don't pay for that. Maybe that is not something that's paid, but maybe that is something that will start gathering you an audience. You share those playlists for free that you've curated music for on Spotify, but that can lead people and say, hey, I've curated like 50 songs that would be a good fit for wedding photographers to use, if you can get them licensed. If not, that's fine. But maybe it's just like wedding day playlists. And then you can then transfer people to a shop once you have all these followers. I haven't played with Spotify a lot, but I think if you were on Instagram and talked about your Spotify playlist and then told people, hey, if you love my Spotify playlist, I created some songs that are inspired by this playlist that you can follow along here and find this music to purchase. You have to use different platforms to drive people to the paid product, right? So you have to create the free stuff that's in your wheelhouse that is very aligned with your offering. And that's how you do that. Not everything is going to be monetized. That's just not real, right? Not everything is going to be monetizable, but you can make it work and fit into like the funnel of getting people to your paid stuff. That's just my opinion on that. So one other thing that is a good tip that I'm really glad that we are talking about today is I want you, if you are a service provider, if you already have a business and you're providing a service, you want to sit down and you want to brainstorm all the ways that you can turn your service into products. And it doesn't have to be one big product, but bite-sized chunks, because most services take steps. There's a workflow to people's services. So maybe you don't offer a product that's all the things you deliver in your service, but it might be one small little sliver that can not only help the people you're already serving with the service, but it could actually help people that are doing the same service as you. So that's kind of a pivot, right? It is actually providing a product not only to maybe your customers, but your competition, the people that are in the business as you. So for example, if you're a wedding photographer, maybe you don't sell a product that's like how to DIY your wedding photography day. So that would be something like for your customers, or like a 10-step guide to like wedding checklists. You might deliver like a wedding day checklist or a wedding day schedule to clients, and they might buy that from you. But who else might buy that from you? Your competition. The other 5 wedding photographers might buy that wedding day schedule from you, that printable, and maybe it's $5, but they might give it to their brides because you've created something that people can customize and use it in their own business. So start thinking outside the box. Not just your normal like service customers can be helped by you, but the other people in your industry can be helped by you as well. Carrie says, love Jana's idea for me about creating mini tutorials for DIY. Yes, exactly, right, Carrie? So you offer web design for people and you specialize in Shopify. That's amazing, right? That is your skill set. You're really good at this one thing, and that you're really good at a niche in that one thing. So you don't have to say, people that want an entire website designed on Shopify, you don't necessarily have to create an entire course on that. But what you can do is mini tutorials about small little things, like problems they run into. Maybe it's $2. I remember a while ago, and I don't know if her shop is set up this way anymore. I haven't looked in a while. But I remember like 3 years ago, Jasmine Star had opened up a shop on her website. And she is if you don't know who she is, Google her. She's a wedding photographer that's been around forever and is amazing. She taught on Creative Live. Now she like helps people with all kinds of businesses. She's like a business coach basically. But before, when she was really solely focused on wedding photography, she had a page where she did same thing, small short training videos for other wedding photographers. And it wasn't like the whole enchilada. It wasn't like a $500 course. It was like $20 and I'm going to teach you how to pose people on engagement sessions. That's simple. That's really easy. That's a small, tiny little sliver of something that you can share with the world and make a little bit of money. But if you can make a little bit of money on unlimited scale for unlimited people, and it lives forever. So even if she doesn't have that shop up now, maybe she's closed it, maybe she's done something different, I don't know. But at any point, she could reopen that up and sell those videos. It lives forever, and that's what's passive about it. She doesn't have to go back and redesign the video every time. She can just sell that video series, and she can make money on it forever. It's amazing, right? And same thing with you, Esther. Maybe it's one small thing. Maybe it's how to start your own Spotify profile. Maybe that is something that you have a skill set in. Someone like me has no idea how to start doing that. And so if you can create a shortcut for somebody by creating like a $5, $20, $50, even $100 thing on how to like get noticed on Spotify, that's helpful for many, many musicians. Very, very simple. There are so many things that you can do. So start with what you're good at. Start with what you love. And one thing we need to remember too and keep in mind is start with your equipment. When you're creating your first digital product or just the first few, I don't want you to go out and spend a crap load of money. So if you don't have a nice camera and all you have is an iPhone, you're not going to be going there and selling like these styled stock memberships yet. But what you can do is take your phone and take a few photos here and there and pop them on Creative Market for maybe like $5, $2, and fill an entire shop that way. I'm not saying today to go out and buy a brand new camera, all these lenses, get a laptop, do all this stuff. You don't have to do that. You use the tools you have. And then you can take the money that you make from those first tries, and then you can elevate to the next step, right? I built an entire Creative Market shop off of a Canon Rebel, and it was not the nice new Rebels. It was the old Rebels, like from 7 years ago, right? Like I tried to even trade that camera in at the camera shop, and they were like, we don't take this. This is like useless to us. So it was old. It was really old, and it took okay photos. I mean, they weren't anything near as what they are now. Not that I'm even that great a photographer now, but they were definitely light years from what I've come to. And I made plenty of money with the lens and the camera that I had for a while. And when I was ready to level it up and get a new camera and get a new nicer lens and get some better props and spend money and invest on the quality of the products, I was able to do that. But I didn't just go out right off the bat and spend a ton of money. You do not have to do that. Use what you have. So if you're trying to create some big, expensive, crazy course, but you don't have the money to like buy all of the software or buy the tech or hire somebody to put it all together for you, don't start with the course. Start with very simple videos. You can use your phone if you want. You can put it up on a tripod, and talk to yourself and create small little things. Start small and get better as you go. But you're never going to get something awesome unless you start with something crappy. I've said this a million times. It's like my best favorite saying. You have to start sucking first and then you get better. Everyone does this, right? Penelope, my daughter, who just started basketball, she was crying her first day. She was like, I feel like I'm going to have a bad game. I'm like, because you're going to have a bad game. You're totally going to have a bad game. You have to have 10 bad games before you get to a good game. So let's get through this 10 games. Let's be happy. Let's try our best. Let's put your best effort forth. And then when you get to like 9 bad games, then the good games start. And it's going to be really awesome and fun. You're going to know what you're going to do. But yeah, the first one's going to suck. It's going to be horrible. But you're going to just do your best, right? And that's what everything is. These first products, this first digital product should suck. You should look back at it 3 years from now and be like, oh, I can't believe people paid money for it. But you're never going to get good until you start doing them. So I recommend just starting. So with that being said, there's so many ideas that are on that printable list. I'm going to go through a few of them because they might be some that you never thought of. So number 1, stock nature photographs. I talked about it a little bit before, like cactuses if you're in Arizona. Obviously, if you're other places in the country, there's other things you can take photos of, and you never know what people might need. They don't have to be award-winning, you guys. You don't have to end up in National Geographic. You just need to have photos of specific things. Even like things like citrus trees here, or certain flowers that are native to your area, or trees, or something simple like the whole entire cityscape. Maybe you can climb on a mountain. Maybe there's mountains in your area. You can stand up and you can take a picture of the valley below. I have purchased something like that. I built a website for a realtor. They needed a like a big overview of the Phoenix area. So I spent $15 and someone had taken a photo like overlooking Tempe. I spent money on that. I could have gone and driven and done that photo, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to design that stinking, website. So I paid money for it. You never know what people might need from you. So I recommend just going out and using nature, taking pictures of what you can see. And not only could they be styled stock photos, if you get really close up to things like wood, or like trees and the bark or grass, you can actually use that in a lot of different ways, like as backgrounds or textures or brushes in Photoshop. There's so many ways you can use these things, so just start getting out and taking photos of them. Carrie says, I have a ton of these. Yes, I know, me too. Tons of photos that people have taken, for sure. Copy and paste hashtag bundles. Yes, 100%. I can't tell you how many times people have asked me for the different hashtags that I use. And for sure, you can do them like specific to specific things. Maybe you put a whole Christmas hashtag thing together. If you're in like an e-commerce industry, if you sell products, and you put together Black Friday sales, this is a Black Friday hashtag bundle. I buy that 100%. Think outside the box. There's so many different things. Styled stock photos, of course. Stock portraits. So some people just need photos of humans, right? And even though it's not them, they could use that photo on their Instagram page or on their Facebook page or as, of guys in a coffee shop. I've bought that photo on Creative Market. 2 dudes in a coffee shop. Used it for my client's Instagram account. Brand identity boards. If you love putting together like mood boards, if you're a Pinterest fanatic, that is something you can do. You can use Canva, free tool, and start putting together these brand identity boards and make money off of the things that you have curated. Logos you can design, color palettes, graphic icons. This is all in the graphic design field. So if you love doing it, start making money off of it. Calendars, right? Printable calendars. I've seen printable calendars a lot of different places. So design really cute ones, really pretty ones, really branded specific ones, and people might use them. Planners, party printables, clip art and graphics, fonts. If you love calligraphy, you could make a killing off of creating custom fonts. Now, I myself have created fonts before. I don't know how to do that. So what I did is I went on Upwork.com and I hired someone to do the production of it. So I did the calligraphy. I emailed them, scanned it, emailed them the file, and then they took my handwriting and they created a product for it. I think I spent $50. I had them send me the type file, and then I sold that then on Creative Market. And I think I made with one font, I think I've made probably $300 off of a $50 investment. I'll do that all day, right? That was simple. I could do that 100 times over. So don't feel like you have to do all the pieces to this. You can hire some of the pieces out, right? If you don't know how to do things, you can either Google it or you can find someone on Upwork or Fiverr or a friend in a Facebook group to partner up and you guys could create a shop together. Textures and digital papers I already talked about, invitations and card printables, even something as simple as like an Easter invite that you can just customize really quick and send off to your family, not even in the mail, just text it all. People pay money for that. $2, 100%. Social media templates, website themes and templates. So Carrie, that's exactly you. It doesn't even have to be a website theme. It could be the tutorials to put together the website themes. That's amazing. I think I'm going to start doing that for, like specifically if you're on WordPress and you use the Divi theme. I've put together all kinds of different layouts. I could just export those layouts and put them in a shop. I think I'm going to start doing that. That's a very, very niche thing to create a product around, but people might need it and it saves them time. Super easy. Esther has a great idea for a phone desktop app, but you have no idea how to create it. Find somebody, partner up. You create a business partner and you guys can create that together and you both split the profit. Just find someone. Moving down, scene creators. Oh, and Esther, I have a suggestion. If you are like, okay, but like, where do I start? Go into Facebook groups. I promise you, if you go to Savvy Business Owners Facebook group, even if you go into my Facebook group, the Instagram Collaborative, just put a shout out. Be like, hey, has anyone ever created an app? Do you know where to start? Reach out to people like, the Preview app on Instagram. They obviously had an app created for them. So just be like, can you give me the contact of the person that created an app for you? Just reach out to people. They love answering questions. Promise. Scene creators, t-shirt and fashion mock-ups. Just this weekend, Brenna from Paisley Barn Design was in town for our retreat. And she took out a bunch of blank t-shirts and took photos of them all around the Airbnb we were staying at. And she's going to put them in a shop, and she's going to use that for mock-ups for people that might need it. So not only is she using it for her own business, she's giving it as a resource for people to purchase from her and then put their own t-shirt mock-ups up. So that's another good point to make, is that start with the things that you need as well, right? So that's how I started with Styled Stock. I needed photos for my blog. I was blog posting and I had nothing to post with, and I was like, I'm just gonna design some stuff and take photos, and I was like, well, I might as well just put them in a shop because maybe other people need that, and that it sold. It worked totally. Do you recommend Creative Market as a place to sell these things? I started on Creative Market. I love Creative Market. Etsy's a great option. You can have your own shop on Facebook if you want. The reason why I recommend people to start on places like Creative Market and Etsy, this is what I talked about in the podcast episode that I had last week, is because that's where humans already are, right? If you don't have an audience or a big enough audience or a big enough email list, a good idea is to go to the places that do have those audiences and siphon attention from there. Creative Market is a marketplace. There's people on there that are already selling things, that are already on that platform to buy stuff. So if your stuff fits their need, it's an easy way to find humans to purchase your stuff. If you have it on your own website, you not only have to sell your product and have a good product, you have to find the humans to buy it. So that's why I like starting on places like Creative Market, because they have a built-in audience. And that's really what you pay for. Going down, Photoshop brushes, Photoshop patterns, social media icons and buttons, simple, or even what I'm going to put in my shop. I'm sliding. I just created this last week. I just have a very simple, in Divi, I designed a button, and it's a black and white button, and when you hover over it, it changes colors and it's specific fonts. I can just export that one tiny button, sell it for $2, and people might buy it because $2 saves them the time of going in and creating that button over and over in their website. Simple stuff, right? Letterhead templates, business card templates, infographic templates, Keynote and PowerPoint templates. I've purchased tons of that stuff on Creative Market. Resumes, media kits. I know that Julie Solomon, she sells a media kit template along with her course, creating, pitching other people. So that's something that you can do too. And this is actually another caveat. Not only should you look at your own needs, but look at people that are already selling something and how you can piggyback on them. Who creates amazing courses that you can then create something to support that course and deliver it to their students to help them along their journey of learning whatever they're learning in that course. That's a recommendation. Announcements, Photoshop actions, Photoshop filters, Lightroom presets. Oh my gosh, there's a girl on Instagram that my sister follows that she won her Lightroom presets because the girl doesn't even sell them anywhere. She only gives them away on Instagram for people that comment and like and share her stuff. So I thought that was a brilliant marketing thing, is something as simple as Lightroom templates that you can install on your Lightroom app on your phone. I mean, if you're good at editing photos, if that's what you like doing, do it. Create that. Sell them. Video clips, audio clips, voiceover clips, stock music, like we talked about with Esther, printable wall art, marketing plans, online courses. So marketing plans, I think this would be really cool. I've thought about doing this forever. Haven't gotten around to it. I think you should do a Black Friday plan for specific businesses. So maybe you sell doTERRA essential oils or Young Living essential oils, and Black Friday's coming up and you don't really know what to post, but everyone's posting the same stuff. Somebody could go in and create a marketing plan with content for those specific people and give them a calendar. Post this thing on this day, and I know that your business is this specific thing, so I've made it custom for you. It's brilliant. Video tutorials, ebooks, online magazines, worksheets, website copy. This is a big one. So if you love writing, maybe you are a copywriter as a service, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're just a good writer. You can say, okay, an About Me page, create an ad lib page where they just fill in the blanks. My name is blank. I love doing blank. And it could be what you love doing on the weekends, who you love the most in the world. Do you have dogs? Do you have kids? What is your favorite TV show? You could do something like that. Website copy, a million different things. Email copy. Yes. Email template bundles, the first 10 emails sent out to new clients. Yes, Esther, I love that. An onboarding sequence of emails, or a indoctrination sequence where people just discover you and just jump on your email list. You should probably send them some stuff. So if you had that and people could just buy it and plug and play, People would spend money on that, guaranteed. And product descriptions, that's a huge one. So another idea that I had before was to like start a creative market shop with creative market product descriptions, because that's the part that gets people stuck. They're like, I don't want to write all that. So if you had it ready to go for them, they could just plug and play. Easy, right? So figure out what you like doing. Do you like writing? Do you like talking online? Do you like creating templates? Do you like video? Do you like photography? Decide what you like. Decide what you are good at, or at least a couple of steps ahead of people at. See what your equipment is, where your equipment and software capabilities are, and just start creating. Pick one thing. So today, below in the comments, I want you guys to tell me, what is the one thing you're going to make? What is the product you're going to pick? At the end of this week, you're going to have something ready to go to sell. So tell me what that thing's going to be. All right? So other than that, oh, wait. I'd buy yes, I would buy that too, the email template bundles, for sure. Carrie's hired copywriters do your clients' product descriptions. Yeah, for sure. You could hire somebody, or you could purchase like a pack on Creative Market where you just download, you change, and then you upload. Easy, simple. Tell me when you guys are selling all of these things. I'll buy them all. For real, Shauna. Like I need so many. The things I just read, I need like half those things. So someone make it exist, because I don't have time to do all of them, right? So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you're going to make and pick. And if you are not getting the emails, let me know, right? Email me info@rosemary-watson.com and it will get you going. And if you're just coming across this video today and you haven't registered, please make sure you're registered. There'll be a link in the copy of this video, and share it with your friends, guys. This is super fun. And I think everyone should have a digital product shop. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of 5 days to creating your digital product.